Hello, Scorpio. Happy New Year to you. Well, I guess depending on when you're seeing this, whether it be in December or January, I do want to say Happy New Year, Scorpio. I also want to say welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I'll be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for January 2020. I'm excited to get these readings done. This is the very first reading we'll be doing for the new year and the new decade. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I want to say welcome, and I do invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my white tarot deck. For clarifiers, I will use my radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck. And I will end the reading with a Wisdom of the Oracle card. So, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm already feeling like things are going to be really, really smooth for you. And I say that because I had a very nice, easy, smooth shuffle when I was getting your cards together. And, you know, usually the energy starts there. When I do these readings, the energy always starts with the shuffle and how the cards start flying out of the deck. So if this is, again, one of your first time catching one of my readings, you will notice that I read jumper cards. So cards will fly out of the deck. You'll see when I shuffle, cards will like flip over or kind of like maneuver their way out. Those are the cards that I choose to read because I believe those cards are trying to communicate a very specific message. So what do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2020? What do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio? All right, Scorpio. Yep. Like I said, things are smoothing out, and it's very clear when I look at your cards that's definitely going on. By the time we hit that first week of January, Scorpio, you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, things are finally starting to fall into place. Things are finally starting to settle down for me. So we have the Ten of Pentacles upright. We have the Four of Swords reverse, Five of Pentacles reverse, Queen of Cups reverse, and then we have the Empress and the Three of Wands in the upright position. Now, when it comes to finances and money, you're going to see that your relationships are going to really amplify professionally, okay? People are really going to want to connect with you. If you're looking for a job, you're going to see that people are going to definitely be interested in you. They're going to want to hire you, work with you, partner with you, collaborate with you. The Ten of Pentacles is all about joint ventures, if you're a business owner. It's also about a pooling of resources. It's about working with other people where you benefit them, but they also benefit you. It's a two-way thing here. And you're really going to have that, like I said, really become amplified that first week of January. Now we have in the reverse here the Four of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. This means that your period of kind of laying low, stepping back, that's all over. You're really ready to start putting yourself out there, start promoting your work, marketing your skills, letting people know what you do. You're really going to be in that proactive state come January, the beginning of January, I should say, but probably all throughout the month. Is what I'm getting to, is that you're really going to be proactive. You're really going to be taking big, massive action. You're really going to be doing what you need to do You're not procrastinating anymore. It's like someone has lit a fire under you and you're ready to go, go, go. And that's definitely going to serve you well as we move into this new year. Again, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse, you've let go of the poverty mindset. You have changed your ways of thinking as it relates to money, as it relates to wealth. You've also kind of made some decisions and some plans and some goals financially. You know, you're not letting another year go by where things don't happen the way you want, or you're not making the money that you want. You're very, very clear on the direction that you want to go and the finances that you want to accumulate. And I do see that happening for you, and it's really going to start in January. Now we have the Queen of Cups here. Now these three cards in the reverse position are actually very positive. The Queen of Cups is a very highly sensitive, emotional energy. And you have kind of, not that you're disconnected emotionally, but you're not allowing yourself to be overly sensitive to certain things or certain people. You know, you've got your emotions in check. You don't allow your emotions to kind of control your actions. And you're really, really clear on having the appropriate feeling for the appropriate situation. In other words, you just don't overreact, or sometimes you choose not to react at all, which I think is the most powerful way to really kind of go through life and not waste your energy and not waste your emotions. You know, not everything deserves a response, not everything deserves a reaction, and not everything needs to make you feel a certain kind of way. Anyway, I say all that to say is because you've really grown emotionally. You've really tapped into that source of power of keeping your emotions under control. Now we have the Empress here and also the Three of Wands. You're definitely making some plans as it relates to future projects. If you are trying to conceive, January could be a very auspicious time for something like that to happen. Also, this could be the birth of a new project. You're really starting to get some momentum, and you really hit the ground running with this new project and this new idea. You really start planting the seeds, and you really start putting things in place to get this project off the ground. Now, as we move through January, just know that you are going to be faced with some decisions that will affect your money. Now, this could be decisions as it relates to location, because we do have the wands here. Remember, that's a very, it's a very grounding suit. It's a very grounding energy as well. But when I see the wands here, it's all about stability. So you're going to be in a position to where you can actually choose where you want to be, and you are actually going to be in the position where you can name your price. Okay? Now, this doesn't mean that all of a sudden you're going to hit the lottery, although it very well can. But it means that you're going to be in a position where you, or your talent or your skills or your ability is so in demand that you have a little bit more leverage than you would have in any other circumstance. And I'm relating this to money, wealth, career, finance, business. People are really going to tap into your knowledge, and you are going to kind of be able to manipulate that situation for your own benefit and your own advantage. And that's very exciting. Now, just know that's not a bad thing, but that's more of a power move. And I do see you, Scorpio, making some power decisions as we move into that first week of January. All right, what else do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2020? What do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio? Wow, okay. All right, Scorpio. All right. Now get ready, because as we move into that second week of January, things start happening, and they start happening quickly. Okay, almost to the point that things start happening so fast that it makes you really uncomfortable. However, don't retreat because things are happening quickly and it's a little unsettling. Just trust that these are things that you have put in place, and now they're starting to actually manifest. Things are actually starting to take physical form. These are things you've been thinking about, you've been working towards. Just know you're going to start seeing evidence of that come second week of January. We have the Two of Pentacles upright, Page of Swords reverse, Queen of Wands upright, Eight of Wands upright, Five of Swords upright, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. Now, things are starting to move, shift, take form in that second week of January. However, you're going to have to be really, really careful with your finances. Not that you're going to be, bankrupt, nothing of that sort, but you're going to have to really balance your money, because you're going to go through a period of ebb and flow. You're going to go through a period of ups and downs as it relates to your income. Now, this is nothing to be alarmed about, because you're going to be prepared for it. When I see this Two of Pentacles here, it tells me that, you're really starting to kind of put some away for savings. You're starting to pay bills maybe a month or two ahead just to get yourself caught up, because you don't want to be in a position to where you are out of sorts with your money. And so you're really strategically planning things ahead. And you become aware of this in that second week of January. Now we have the Page of Swords here in the reverse. This tells me that you're going to get a message of something being let go, something being removed from your work life, okay? You'll get an email, a phone call, a text, something of that sort, and something is going to be removed from your work life. Now, this is not anything huge, but I'm getting the sense that this is something that was more of a nuisance, something that was a bother, and then you finally get the word, okay, so-and-so's leaving the department, or okay, now we're not using this system, we're going to move to this new, better system, or we're getting rid of the old equipment, here comes some new equipment. That's what you're going to be getting a heads up on come that second week of January. Now we have the Queen of Wands here. Remember, she's very grounded, she's very stable. Her energy is very much kind of responsible for the big picture. Now, even if you're not in a managerial or supervisory role, that doesn't mean that you don't have, how do I want to say? It doesn't mean that you don't have dominion over your work, your work space, your work territory. So just be very, very careful and be very, very alert to what you're doing, how you're doing it, because people are watching you. The other thing I want to say about this card is that you're really being observed because you're kind of being prepared for something bigger. Now, whether this be in your current position, it could be something that you're just not aware of consciously right now, but just trust that you taking control of your work life in every way, shape, or form is setting you up for the next step. Now, it may or may not be with your current employer or in your current business, but just trust that the groundwork is being done for you to move forward to bigger and better. Here we have that Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is all about speed, things happening quickly. And I even said things are going to start happening very quickly. Even in relation to everything else you got going on, it's going to feel a little uncomfortable. And I say that because it's right next to this Five of Swords. And we have this Hangman here. Now, things start moving, things start happening. You're going to have to make some quick decisions. You're also going to have to be able to keep up. Don't feel like people are trying to move ahead without you. People want to move ahead with you. They just want you to kind of, keep up the pace. So when things start happening and things start changing, just know that these are all working out for your greater good. And I say that because this is in the upright position. So speed is definitely going to be on your side. Time is going to be your friend in this case. So don't drag your feet on something. Don't put things off. Don't procrastinate. Keep up with what's happening because it's definitely going to pay off for you in some way, shape, or form. Now, like I said, it's going to feel a little uncomfortable because it may be unfamiliar, but that doesn't mean that it's wrong, okay? One of my favorite quotes is, when all you know is wrong, right feels wrong to you, okay? So just because something is unfamiliar, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that it's new, it's different. You know, don't prematurely judge a situation without at least giving the experience your full involvement, your full attention, and giving it a shot and seeing how things play out. Now, you're also going to have some people here who may be trying to give you their 2 cents about what you should and shouldn't do. You know, that's going to be your own judgment call as to whether or not their opinions hold any merit. I'm feeling like, you know, you kind of have your mind made up, Scorpio, because that's the kind of person you are. You know what you want. You're very headstrong. And you don't like to try and like prove yourself to people who haven't proven themselves first. And I hope that makes sense, but that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that, you know, Scorpio, you know what you want to do. You're on the right track, and you don't need anyone to try and sway you from that in any way. Finally, we have the Hangman. Now, the Hangman tells me that, again, you're going to have to make a decision. I say that because he fell on this 3 of Wands here. The Hangman is all about sometimes being stuck and not knowing how to get unstuck. But because this is in the reverse position, you are in a position to get unstuck. You know the direction you want to go. You know what you want to do. And you're very clear. You're clear-minded. And you feel that really strongly as we move towards the middle of January. So let's go ahead and clarify, Scorpio. What else do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2020? All right, Scorpio. This is very powerful, Scorpio. Wheel of Fortune, upright. 3 of Swords, upright. Emperor, reverse. Ace of Wands, upright. Justice, upright. Overall, as we move into that 3rd week of January, it's a very lucky time for you. It's a very good week. Things just really start flowing and start taking off for you big time. The Wheel of Fortune is a very lucky card. This means things literally start turning in your favor, better than what you had expected, better than what you could have imagined, better than what you could have created for yourself. The circumstances really start turning and shifting. Things really start flowing well for you. And in some cases, this Wheel of Fortune card could mean a literal windfall. Windfall of cash, windfall of something, an unexpected huge gift that has high value. So be on the lookout for that, okay, Scorpio, because it's going to be good. Now, we do have the 3 of Swords here. The 3 of Swords is a card of heartbreak or disappointment. Now, remember, we have this really positive card here, but we also have this card of a broken heart. So, while you may have a broken heart or you may have disappointment, that could be kind of the connection to this good luck card. Like maybe you inherit several $1 million because someone in your family passes away. You know, or maybe you win something, but then you have an unexpected bill that you have to cover. I mean, it's great that you won something, but then the money has to go towards something that you weren't expecting. You know, it's very interesting how these things play out, and because all of our lives are so vastly different, there's just no way of knowing in a general reading how this is going to play out. So because you know your life and you know what you're going through, you'll be able to see how these relate and how this applies. Now we have the Emperor here in the reverse. This tells me that you're going to be kind of stepping back from making some big decisions. Also, too, it's like you're just not ready to, it's like you're not ready to really kind of go full force 100% in something related to your business, not because you don't have the skill or the talent or the ability. It's just that, you know, the timing right now, you're just going to wait just a little bit. And that could definitely prove to work out in your favor because we have the Ace of Wands here. The Ace of Wands is new growth, new beginnings, powerful things happening, changing, positivity. Also, it's about reclaiming your power in some way, reestablishing your worth, really making sure that your communication is strong and your money game is strong. It's going to be very, very good, especially as we hit that third week of January. Now, we have the Justice card here. Decisions are definitely being made in your favor, and you are going to, you're really going to feel like you're in the right place at the right time. And this is, I mean, it's such a good feeling that it really kind of carries over into other areas of your life as well, because you're not making these decisions, but decisions that are being made are affecting you in a positive way. So just get ready of that. That happens in that second week of January. And I'm feeling like this is something related to work and or business. So could be something going on with your employer, could be something going on within the industry in which you work. You know, it has nothing to do with you directly, but again, it does benefit you in a big way. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of January 2020? All right, Scorpio, so again, we're just going to reiterate because we're seeing some repeat cards here. Two of Pentacles again, remember we saw him here, and the Three of Wands, we saw him here. So again, you're going to be making a big decision as it relates to your life. But it's something work related, okay? It's something business related. You may not have been ready to make the decision here, but don't feel like that decision or that choice is going away because it does show up again towards the end of the month. Now, there may be some things that kind of amend your choices because this is in the reverse now. But it doesn't mean that there's still not a choice or a decision to be made. You're going to have to get clear and figure out what it is that you want to do. Now we have the Strength card in the upright. Three of Pentacles upright, Two of Pentacles upright. Strength card tells me that you're going to really be very, very strong-willed as it relates to your work and your money. But you also have an inner strength. Now, this could be something as simple as having restraint and not doing excess spending, you know, controlling impulse buys, controlling irrational behaviors, you know, something where you feel very, very strong internally. But it could also be your mental game where you have a very strong sense of self. And because you have such a strong sense of self and a strong sense of value and worthiness, that it really puts you in a different mindset than you've been in before. And because when you realize you deserve better, you're worth more, this could be the thing that definitely allows you to get more and to be higher valued. So just know that you're on the right track, Scorpio, and you are being recognized. Even if people on the outside don't see it, as long as you know it first, then you will start to see that happening within your life and within your surroundings. Now we have the Three of Pentacles here. Again, this is you being recognized for your work, for your talents, for your skills. People see what you're doing. They want to work with you. They reach out to you. They want to hire you. They want to partner with you. Whatever it is, people are definitely going to be contacting you because they see you're the best of the best. You know your stuff. You're very professional. You're responsible. You show up on time. You underpromise and you overdeliver. And that's a really good, powerful place to be because not everybody can say that. Not everybody has that same work ethic as you, Scorpio. So just know you definitely have an advantage when it comes to that, and people will see it and they will recognize it. So again, we talked about these two repeater cards. We have the Two of Pentacles. You're really going to be getting your finances in order. Now, you're learning how to make better decisions is what I'm getting. You're learning how to kind of not be so scattered with your money, and you're learning how to evaluate your finances, evaluate your expenses, track your expenses, and you're getting really, really clear on how you want your money to work for you. And you're also very clear on how you want your money to kind of support you, not only now, but also in the future. Because when it comes to income, it's not about just paying bills today. It's about paying our bills today, but also setting ourselves up for a bigger, brighter future, you know, as we get older. Because a lot of us, we're starting to move past that, you know, go to work, pay bills, repeat the cycle. You're really starting to see, okay, that's not how I want to live. And I really want to do something different, not only for myself, but for my future. And that will be coming along. And that also plays into the decisions you're going to have to be making, Scorpio. Again, it is going to be something affecting your work life. And you're going to be very, very clear on whatever that is as we move to the end of January. Now, this could carry over into February is what I'm kind of sensing here. Is like you are going to have to make a decision as it relates to your work, your business, your career, your finances. And it could be a decision that takes you some time to really get clear on. And it takes you some time to really kind of dig deep within and get really settled into what it is that you want to create for yourself and for your life in the long term. All right, Scorpio. So overall, like I said, you've got a very smooth month. The transition into January is going to be very smooth for you. You're going to have really a lot of high periods, you know, more highs than lows, definitely. And, you know, things are really starting to take shape. They're starting to manifest. You're going to feel a little uncomfortable in the middle of January, but nothing major. And you're really going to be stepping up your game. You're really going to be taking action, making things happen, and allowing things to work for you instead of against you. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and end your reading with a Wisdom of the Oracle card. Oh, you got two. Message in a bottle and new life. Wow. This message in a bottle, I'm feeling like this is in relation to this Page of Swords here. Because remember, you are going to be getting news and information about something being cut away from your work life. Now, it's not that anything negative for you per se, but it's something where it's like it's going to kind of make things better. It's going to elevate your work life in some way. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be good. You know, like I said, it's just going to be something that makes work easier for you in some way, shape, or form. We also have new life here, and I think that's pretty much the overall energy of your reading for January 2020. As we move into a new year, we move into a new month, and we move into a new decade, you're really going to feel like you are setting yourself up for a brand new life and a brand new start. Okay, Scorpio, this was a very powerful reading. Excuse me, I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or observations, feel free to drop those down in the comment section below. And if you are interested in getting a private reading, I will have that linked in the description as well. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. I'll see you again soon.